Welcome back to Late Nights, you silly goose. I bet you're wondering why I'm carrying this bad boy. Yep, this is it. Powered by P2OZ. What do you know about this? This is the T-20X20 Villainator. I hold this for when people F around, in case they need to find out. Welcome back to Late Nights. I'm your host, Anthony Cassess, and this is a weekly sketch comedy late night show where I, the host, Anthony Cassess, entertain your pansy ass. And some days are better than others, some weeks are better than others, but I'll tell you one thing right now about all the writing that you're about to hear. There's no ChatGPT. Look at that. People being people. I just want to say thank you. Up until this point, I never thought any of this was possible. This year, we've done so much. I feel so proud that we've been able to accumulate subscribers and likes and comments and a community of people that support what I'm doing, even if they're just trolling me. You can't get anywhere in life unless you forge a path ahead, and sometimes that's not always easy and it doesn't make sense. And I think that's why ignorance is bliss exists, because sometimes you have to do things in life a little blind. We've even purchased a new piece of equipment. Yeah, I'm looking at you. The Canon EOS Mark II R6. The most beautiful piece of equipment. And I'm so proud that I've been able to purchase such an item, because I never thought, a young me never thought I would be here doing this with you. And I'm thankful, because I know life comes with peaks and valleys. And that's why comedy is here right now, to point out the obvious to all of us. To keep you grounded, to keep me grounded. So thank you for joining me for tonight's late night episode. I'm your host. Let's get into it. Let's get silly. And if anybody fucks around and wants to find out, I've got the Villainator right next to me. I've got the Villainator. We're about it, okay? All right? I mean, look, we're here to villanate. Something bit my leg. A bug bit me. Something attacked my leg. A parasite just tried to eat my leg off. I know you always hear from me, but today I want to talk about you. Right? Let's talk about you. I love talking about me, right? Nothing better than talking about yourself. Really, it's a wonderful thing. But sometimes I like to talk about you. And there's been some comments that I saw this week that I wanted to share with you. Last week's Nicholas Maduro episode was an absolute hit, and I just want to say thank you to you guys for supporting it. It took off like you wouldn't believe. Really, I didn't think it would. So, Verbal Goat wrote something I wanted to share with you. So this is for you, Mr. Verbal Goat. This is for you. Let's see what he wrote. This is enjoyable. You're like a slightly more professional Tim Dillon mixed with Ron Burgundy with more editing. I can see you on a nicer set in the future looking natural. Keep it up. That was validating. Really. It's nice to see that people are still good to people, because we have nothing but chaos surrounding us. And I know I talk about a lot of the chaos, but it's just to stir the pot. It's all funny. I mean, people act like you make it out alive. People snub their nose at you because you have a different opinion in them. People snub their nose at you because you don't think like them. I've seen it my whole life. For the reasons I don't know, but I do know that it happens. So it's always nice to see a nice comment come across the screen. And hell, somebody referring to me as a Tim Dillon or a Ron Burgundy, I feel honored. I'm not going to lie, I feel honored. So let's sound the alarm. You know what I mean? 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 I'm here for it. Yes, people are still saying Happy New Year 2 weeks into the new year. And if you're one of those people, you should go home and wash your mouth out with soap. And if you can't do that, then so be it. Another comment that really got me. I want to share it with you. This is from episode 51, the DK Metcalf versus Ryan Kennedy episode. DK Metcalf is a wide receiver for the Steelers, and Ryan Kennedy is just some dirtbag that, provoked a unsuspecting victim that day and got what he was looking for. And now there's been a whole riff on it. You're going to want to go watch that episode. That's episode 51. We'll leave it somewhere in the description. Tim Elliott 4117 wrote this. It's amazing the degree that you trivialize this. He hit a man. Hitting someone isn't wrong because it may lead to his family being uncomfortable. It does nothing to stop the thought process in place when a player goes to the stands and hits a fan, because that's what happened. That's the issue and not a price tag. I'll paraphrase. I like that. I like the I'll paraphrase. Talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Tim Elliott 4117. Talk to me like a 5-year-old. I like that. Assault is acceptable if you're sure you can get away with it. Is this what you teach your kids? Mr. Tim Elliott, let me just be the first to tell you. Well, let me ask this. I'm a little uncomfortable. Your comment made me a little uncomfortable. Are you new here? Have you been on the internet recently? Do you know what you're watching, or do you just consume anything you can and latch on to it like some emotional roller coaster that you're riding? What's it like to be your wife? What do you tell your kids at night? Is that what you tell them? You realize that this is just all a big game, right? We're all just having fun. We're all just doing our thing, and that's what late nights is. Having fun. I didn't tell you to come here for life lessons. What are you, nuts? I don't need this kind of treatment, Tim Elliott 4117, but I appreciate your support because you are the reason the algorithm goes round. And lastly, certainly not least, but lastly, let's not forget it. Episode 47, that was a real rager. Let's get that somewhere in the description so you can see that episode 47. Very good. Ambient breakups in New York City's Cigarette Maestro. There was a Cigarette Maestro. He posted on bulletins all throughout the city that he was going to be at a certain location smoking a cigarette, and he would like people to come join him. And thousands showed up, and it was pretty cool. And so on one of my recent videos, someone wrote at the handle TV Viewer 4500, and I quote, "This might be the biggest waste of time since I shat on 2 pieces of bread and ate my own shit sandwich." Now, I know I'm funny, but I'm not disgusting. Do you kiss your mother with a mouth like that, TV Viewer? Where were you raised? Did cave people raise you? Again, big question. I hate to answer things with questions sometimes, but I have to ask. Have you been on the internet? Now that we got that out of the way, welcome back to Late Nights. I'm your host, Anthony Cassess. I had a long week, peaks and valleys. Life doesn't hit you when you want it to hit you. It just happens. And that's what keeps you sharp, guys. So make sure that you enjoy it and take it in while you can. Take it in stride. This week, I really had to deal with some stuff I never expected to deal with in my life. And, that's the stuff that they're curveballs. They're curveballs. You can't see them coming, but gosh, when they show up, they hit, and they hit hard. They hit hard. So probably not going to hit as hard as the next segment. So Mr. TV Viewer and Tim Elliott, this is for you because you guys are a couple imbeciles. Let's get into it. Tim Walz is giving away the keys to the castle in Minnesota. I'm sorry, we had to go there. I'm not political. I just know that you guys act so ignorant sometimes. It's just like, why do you not get in on the train, Choo-choo. I'm all for a bandwagon. I don't even understand politics. I don't know anything about politics. People say, oh, you're on this side or that side, and then it's like so arbitrary to me. I don't know what side I'm on. I just want peace. I want people to be happy and to have fun and laugh. And gosh, everyone's so serious anymore. Y'all act so serious. Y'all act like you might be able to get out of this alive. And I got news for you. You can't. You won't. You can't. You won't. So you should be a good person. You should be a good person. Tim Walz recently dropped his re-election bid. No surprise there. If you haven't heard, Minneapolis is experiencing some of the biggest fraud in history into the hundreds of millions of dollars, guys. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Feeding Our Future, a nonprofit that was started back in the day. I think it was many years ago. I want to say 2011, I believe they started FOF. And it was to feed children that didn't have the money, right? And what they did in Minnesota was they fabricated their numbers and invoicing and siphoned hundreds of millions of dollars in this nonprofit, amongst other things, daycares, child care centers, and food banks. And well, not good for Walz. Not good for Walz. Not good for America to see that we're just robbing each other. I don't know if anyone realizes in this country, we all play for the same team. And every day I wake up and I think, why is everyone so against each other? Why are we so against each other, guys? What the hell's the problem? Can't we all have fun? And can't we all just get our nut? You right? I just want to get my nut. I don't want to worry about anybody else. I don't care. Jeff Bezos, billions and trillions of dollars. Good for him. Good for him. Don't care. I just want mine, right? But I'm not going to rob you for it. I'm certainly not going to take the mouth out of your kid, food out of your kids' mouths. Mouth out of your kids' food. Mouth out of the food. Food out of the mouth. Mouth food. It ain't right. It ain't right. They've been robbing us. They fabricated countless invoices and they just siphoned millions and millions of dollars. And, well, Mr. Walz says it's distracting. Well, no shit, it's distracting. Yeah, I'd be distracted too. It's kind of crazy, don't you think? It feels like, how can you ignore this? And the fact that there's been credible evidence since 2016 of fraud is scary. It's really scary. You have to stay informed, guys. I don't give two shits about the politics of it, but you should know what's going on. You should have a vested interest. I don't got a vested interest in Minnesota. However, I think people should know that this is happening right under your nose. Right under your nose. And some people let it happen for their own personal gain. And that is exactly what is happening here. Walz did not raise any red flags at the federal level because he knew that many of these fraudulent transactions were being done by Somalians, and Somalians account for a larger part of his voter demographic. And when you want to get voted into office, you want people to vote for you. But if you catch them with their hand in the cookie jar, you've been caught with your hand in a cookie jar. I caught my shit. I've been caught with my hand in the cookie jar, man. We all been there, done that, right? But it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. Tim Walz to Somalians right now. He's like, you know what he's saying? He's like, you are the captain now. I can see it already. Cam Jensen's newest novel, Somalians, Why We Gave Them Minnesota. It's craziness. It's absolute craziness. You should stay informed. I'm in New Jersey, so we're dealing with our own fuckery over here. But Minnesota, good luck to you. And Godspeed, because you're going to need it. Any hooser, the 5-year anniversary of the January 6th insurrection took place this last week. For some ungodly reason, some reason, who knows what that reason may be, Kamala Harris tweeted about it on X, calling people and Trump supporters cronies. What a word to use for the American people, whether they support you or not. A crony? Really? Is that how we refer to each other? Remember when people actually liked each other? Now we actually find that we talk to AI because we feel we can have a better and more connected relationship with a talking computer over a person-to-person interaction. That is terrifying. 60% of teens find that it is easier to talk to AI than it is to talk to an adult. That is terrifying, guys. We have to fix that. You got to start talking to each other. I love talking to people. There's nothing I love talking to people. Oh, I love talking to people. People that are not like me, especially. I love people that are not like me. Because you learn something. And even if you don't learn something, you should be listening. Everybody's too busy trying to hear themselves talk. That's why I love late nights. That's the thing about late nights for me. It's my 15 minutes a week where I get to have the floor. But every other minute of the week, I love listening. I love listening. There's something about listening to people that really just gets me off. I love hearing what people think. I love hearing what people have to say. I love thinking about what it is that people think about. I love hearing their perspective, especially when people don't have an easy time talking about themselves. I love kind of luring them in, asking them questions, being interested in something other than myself. It's not such a terrible thing. And I wonder, why do we celebrate these things? Why don't we celebrate the good stuff? Why are we focused on things from years ago? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't be so short-sighted that you forget the bad, right? You know the saying, forgive but never forget. You should always forgive because it's a greater burden on you to hold baggage. It's a greater burden on you to have a grudge. I come from friends and family that hold grudges like, man, you wouldn't believe it. They got grudges for decades. Their grudges are so deep, their own goddamn offspring will feel those grudges. But why? All it does is burden you. Let it go. Don't forget it, but let it go. Nobody gives a fuck. Kamala Harris on X, Tim Walz, you guys are a bunch of crack. I don't know why anyone makes How is it even a talking point? It's beyond me. It's absolutely beyond me. I think, why do you give a shit about this stuff? It's not like you're not going to drive past every liquor store in town every day of your life and say, thank God for the Boston Tea Party. No, you're going to go in and you're going to get some liquor and you're going to go home and get drunk. And that's how easy it should be, and you should celebrate that shit. I'm not saying you should get drunk. I'm just saying, you know what you're fucked. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Anyway, in lighter news, two guys on social media have been cracking me up all week. They go by the handle Darius Gaddy. Darius Gaddy does cameos on how white people talk to each other. And they're two African-American kids, and I'm not racist at all, but I think this is absolutely hysterical. This is amazing. I love the interpretation of what's happening and the perspective that is shared here. How great is comedy? How great is it to sit there and just crack jokes on things, right? Why take it so seriously? That's my big question. Why take it so seriously? What's so serious? You know, what's so serious? See, it's funny. It's funny. Let's see what these guys are doing. Let's see what these guys, check these guys out.
Lick my boss up and down and call me a lollipop. Chad, how's it going, man? Well, blow my cannon and call me Nick. Mason, get over here, you cocksucker.
Now that's funny, but how about like a role reversal? Let's see what we got here. Let's tweak it a little. Let's do a little role reversal. I got something for you.
This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
And Clarence lives at home with both parents. Oh, come on. Give me a break. You weren't thinking it? Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break. I don't want to hear it. So that's where we're at, everyone. That's where we're at on Late Nights. I'm your host, Anthony Cassess, and you've got people furious in YouTube comments like they're testifying before Congress. Why, I don't know. But keep them coming. The good and the bad. I want to hear it. I'm interested to hear it. I love that. People, politicians acting shocked that fraud exists. Oh, wow. Like we didn't know. And the internet discovering once again that context is optional and, well, outrage is mandatory. We're living in some crazy times. We're living in some crazy times. Whether it's athletes fighting fans or nonprofits robbing the cookie jar. That cookie jar again. Or dudes online doing impressions of white people talking to each other. It all came back to the same thing. Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. Everyone's yelling. Comedy isn't here to solve it, guys. Comedy isn't here to solve it. It's here to point at it and say, hey, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And it comes with lots of peaks and valleys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Join me here every weekend. It's Late Nights. I'm your host, Anthony. I'm way too over-caffeinated. I had no idea what we were talking about today. I'll level with you. I don't even know who writes this shit. I write it, but even when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I wrote this. It's terrible. Who would listen to this? This isn't even the real city. I bet you think this is the city behind me. It's an awful pinner-upper. It's terrible. Isn't it just awful? That's what I love about this. Who gives a fuck? Right? Who gives a fuck? Enjoy your life like it's your last. Every minute of every day. And be thankful because you just don't know. I'm your host. Thanks for joining me.